black, and as you heard, the two spinners Nagamutu in there along with Samuels. Now then, let's have a look at the Zimbabwean side. Well, there was just the one change there, and it was a bit of a disappointment, really, after the way he'd impressed us all. Good old Angus Mackay. Did you see a lot?
Not very quick either, Brian Strang.
Aaron Ganga. Oops. Now, this is interesting. Now, this will be interference. I think you'll find here the umpires will rule that Sharon Campbell was blocked by the Zimbabwe captain. We're going to have a little talk here. Leg bye has been called. Sharon Campbell still hasn't moved. This is interesting, Michael.
I would still like to ask a question, though. When he was blocked, why he didn't still try to get around him and get into the crease? He just stood there.
Third umpires Randolph Woodridge. He's given him out. Well, that's an interesting one. Not ruling interference, ruling that maybe Heath Street got there first at the right of way.
No, look at that. Why has he stopped? Look how long it took for the fielder to come into the stump, and the fielder only came into the stump because he realized that he stopped. Fine, Heath Street is coming across and he's trying to get to the ball, and he has blocked him, yes. But he has blocked him now. No, why stop? The game isn't over. The ball isn't dead. Well, his innings is dead, that's for sure. It's 1 for 4.
Marlon Samuels comes to the crease here at the Wacker. Well, an interesting start, a controversial run out. Gone for it, and oh, I think he might have caught it. It was right in front of umpire Hare. Well, sure, the umpire can see that. Oh dear, he's 3 metres from it. Either going to give it out or not out. Batsman is asking for the third umpire. Looks like he caught it to me. Out. I think it's a clean catch personally. Not out. Well, really, that's tough on the fielding side and really disappointing. An umpire standing 5 metres away.
To the crease.
Through the gap of cover, up against the breeze, and will go all the way. That's well hit. The outfield is lightning fast. After 8 overs, 1 for 10.
Left.
Oh, great catch! What a catch! Magnificent catch! Beautifully taken. Well, Alistair Campbell, he's going to remember this one. Boy, it went so fast, it went down. There was no time for the keeper to get across. He went left and caught this beautifully.
Really fast and low. And Carla on the 24.
That's a good shot. Downwind and all. Boy, don't the West Indies need Lara to fire today. Chance here, and Murphy's got him. He's right in position to take the throw. Excellent work by Heath Streak. He made a brilliant save. I've got a feeling Lara might have called yes originally.
Lara did call yes, no doubt about that. It permeated through the glass of the commentary box here, and it was wonderfully well done by Heath Streak. And the knowledge of which end it had to go.
Powell coming in to join Brian Lara. West Indies really needing to push things.
It's a great shot. That is Brian Lara at his best. Beautifully timed and placed. It was wide. It was short. It took that line.
Work harder with his partner.
Oh, it's a high ball. It's a 6. There's a man down there who's getting under it, but it's going to go a long, long way with the breeze. Ricardo Powell timed that superb. It went as high as it went long. That's what needed to break the shackles here at the Wacker. Breeze. High ball. It's gone straight again. This time it's forward, crashes into the fence. 13 off the over. After 25 overs, that's 3 for 73. Shot. Glorious shot. Tremendous timing. Bit of width. Powell belted that backward a point.
The keeper's up. You want to tempt your batsman to come out of his crease. But Guy Whittle's thrown in 2 short balls. Gave him a training run, the first delivery.
Could be out. That's a big wicket. Yes, it is, off the back of the bat. That is a big wicket. The final ball of the over. Brian Murphy gets Ricardo Powell sweeping off the back of the bat.
What did I say? The best sweeper in the game. When you say things like that, it can come unstuck. He went a little bit hard, really tried to hit with the wind. Went hard. The timing was awry. At the top edge, Alistair Campbell takes his second catch in slips. Brian Murphy deserves that. He's been excellent. 23 from 7 overs. Alistair Campbell playing up. With Powell gone for 37, 4 for 105.
The batsman is Jimmy Adams. 4 for 105 is Michael.
And that single takes Lara to his half century. Brian Lara playing that sweep shot a lot. He's got himself to 50 here, but this job is not finished yet.
Yes, good knock this by Brian Lara. West Indies will be hoping that he continues through the rest of these overs. Another 14 and a half overs to go in ball from here on will get them over 200.
Oh, I think that's got to be out. I think that's out. Well, he's turned around and he's on his way back, but...
Well, not a long way out, but far enough.
She's out by a long way. The red light is on. That confirms it. So that's the end of Jimmy Adams, out for 8 run out. 15 balls he faced. In fact, 16 balls he faced altogether. And Zimbabwe have made yet another breakthrough. There's the pickup, and there's a little flick, and straight to it.
It's safe, beautifully timed, wonderful stroke for 6. Well, I'll have to take that back about it being a wonderful stroke for 6. Or will I? With that is a very good example of excellent fielding from Zimbabwe today. It's very sensible. Andy Flower came round and he threw it to the man rather than aiming to get it over the stumps. It's excellent work from both Flower and Streak.
Lara was saying no. He gave his man a pretty early call. It's 6 for 154.
Still got him, even though the bowler Viljoen had backed away from the stumps instead of staying up over them for the throw. That was a bit lucky from Zimbabwe's point of view. The throw wouldn't necessarily have been perfect had he stayed up there, but really makes life difficult if you're backing away, get the throw. You're lucky that the batsman's still out of his ground.
Well, it would have been a tough run for Brian Lara because he was on his knees. Redondo's throw could have been a little better, but it got the end result. That's 5 run-outs now for the West Indies, equaling the 1975 Australians in the World Cup. 7 for 160.
It's an extraordinary stroke. Wonderful shot. It wasn't all that bad a delivery. not such a good piece of fielding.
Big shout. It's gone. Just trying to work it, I think, on the onside. Not sure there's a fumble by Flower. There's a big appeal, and it's 8 for 171.
Looking for singles, Nagamoto, but this ball was pretty wide of the off stump. We were thinking about playing it through the onside.
It's gone for it. There's a man should catch this, coming in for deep cover to hold up into the breeze. He's gone. Well, that's crazy. Lara on 78. Nixon McLean tries to hit the first ball out of the ground. Well, Brian Lara would be very disappointed with that. He's a good handy batsman, Nixon McLean, but that's foolish batting.
Not the first time or the first one we are seeing this sort of cricket form for the West Indies. Expression that I've used on so many occasions, brainless. But, so he's safe.
Big shouts. He's given him. Oh, it's all over. They bowled out for 178. Brian Lara remains not out. 83. Vector to bat. Have a look at this LBW decision of pitches. Or maybe just outside the line of off stump.
We certainly have a few of them in the Village League, I can tell you. 178 all out then, the West Indies. Disappointing performance. Didn't use up all their overs. And apart from the Cuffy LBW decision, 5 run-outs, 5 gifted wickets. Although I suppose Sherwin Campbell is a little bit more mudded. We might talk about that one in just a moment. Let's have a quick look at the Zimbabwean bowling figures. Streak 0 for 20. That, I guess, Mark, that'll have been a bit of a disappointment that Streak, who is the strike bowler and the #1 bowler, couldn't pick up a couple of...
Under unnecessary pressure, a good opening stand will ease things.
Oh, that's out. Yes, he's got him. That's a big wicket. What a breakthrough for the West Indies. They've started exactly the way...
in the series by 2-0.
They're on the way, but they don't need to be placed under unnecessary pressure. A good opening stand will ease things.
Oh, that's out. Yes, he's got him. That's a big wicket. What a breakthrough for the West Indies. They've started exactly the way they would have wanted to start. An early wicket here to put some pressure on Zimbabwe and to get Campbell out. He's a dangerous batsman. This is how it happened.
Man of the match against the Australians, now gone. Ridley Jacobs taking an excellent catch, and Nixon McLean, perfect bowling on a length, going across the left-hander. The century maker against Australia this week is gone. 1 for 2.
So Stuart Carlisle, who's played pretty well his last 2 innings. That's nicely played, right on top of that one, steered away through the offside for 4. That was a lovely shot. He was nicely into position, back and across, got... In the air, oh, he's got him, second slip. That's the end of Stuart Carlisle. Got a bounce outside that off stump again. He was trying to play a similar shot to the one that went over the top. It went flying away this time, not high, just about the right height for slip, and that's the second wicket.
Fantastic bowling, Nixon McLean. Zimbabwe 2 for 14.
Andy Flower, when you put together his figures in one-day internationals in the last year, and yes, got him, caught behind, he's got him, caught behind, that's a huge wicket. The one before was too short. He got it right that time. Just a fraction of movement away off the pitch. A big edge through to the keeper, and that really is a big wicket. This could be the difference.
In about 3 different minds, Andy Flower. Zimbabwe 3 for 20.
So Andy Flower's brother Grant slides out to the centre now. Someone is going to have to hang around here for a while.
Catch at mid-on. So that gap down the ground has enticed the batsman into going for the drive and brought about another wicket.
Well, as I said, Coffey has been bowling well and deserved the wicket. That's his wicket, grand flower. It's 4 for 25.
I think that the West Indies are probably slight favourites at this stage. Runs on the board. That is a cracking shot. That is a ripper.
And in one blow, all the fielding problems Redondo had.
He's gone! Well caught in the gully! Trying to force it away. Powell takes the catch. And all of a sudden it's 5 for 42. Campbell, in fact, takes the catch. Williams gets the wicket. And the crowd on the edge of their seats as the West Indies claw their way back into this match. Brilliant pull off the back foot. He went for it again. Just a fraction wider. Voodoo gully. Campbell took the catch. The new batsman under enormous pressure. It's all happening, and it's a good shot. Could go all the way down the hill. Beautifully struck off drive. Guy Whittle, he's the key.
5 for 64. Oh, and there's a big appeal, and that's out. Well, I just wonder whether it was turning enough to hit the stumps or whether it was slipping down the leg side. It looked as if the batsman there was just a little bit worried about the line of the ball. He was disappointed, perhaps more than anything else. But, well, that's a big wicket. The man who's stood in their way. Let's have a look.
Guy Whittle should have been very annoyed with himself for missing it. I still think it's probably going to miss leg stump.
Oh, and just wide, just wide. Nice one for second slip. Lara wide, diving away, trying to get a fingertip on it, but didn't manage that.
There was a short period where the West Indies had 3 slips. Really only needed 2 on that occasion.
That's out. He's got no more things to worry about because that's got a bit of extra bounce. No spin. But Ridley Jacobs again has taken what was a pretty good catch. The extra bounce meant that he had to be in perfect position with his gloves, and he was.
He was in pretty good position for the one that went past by Heath Streak too. Watched that one all the way in. Gave with the gloves and his shoulders nicely. Fantastic catch, Ridley Jacobs. Just what they needed. Jack Fillion falling with the cut shot. They're 7 for 104.
That is a biggie. But it's gone straight into the members' bar. The Foster's light ice might have gone from the counter.
Well, Heath Streak has left his crease really early here. That would have been a signal for Jimmy Adams to fire it in. It wasn't to be. Threw it up exactly where he was going to anyway.
2 snips in there because he's going straight on rather than spinning. And that is trouble for Zimbabwe. Don't think the captain's going to be very pleased that they were catching up on West Indies.
Finally, some fortunes favouring Jimmy Adams. And Carla's thinking was fine, only 3 men out there.
In the air and safe. Oh, there's going to be run out. Yes, he's out. He's out. Well, he was charging down the pitch at him, forgot to get back into his crease. The ball was in the air. It fell safely. Wasn't caught, but picked up nicely. And the run out affected. Derwin Campbell there, charging in.
Too much adrenaline here for Brian Strong. He's unaware of what's happening. Where is he going? Boy, where is he going?
Australian dollars. Well, that's in the air. This is going to be out. Should be out. Yes, he's got him. That is the end of that. The West Indies have made it through to the finals of this competition.
Could be very disappointed with this effort. Not too sure what discussions he would have had with Brian Murphy. Perhaps he did say to him the field will be in for you, try and go over the top. I doubt that though. If he didn't, I don't think that was a very sensible shot at all from Brian Murphy. I think his job would have been to stay there with Heath Streak. If anyone was going to be winning it, it would have to be Heath Streak. There is the man of the match, Brian Lara. Brilliant knock of 83, not out, and all smiles.
To Campbell. So congratulations to the West Indies. One of those rare moments for them on this trip to to Australia. They can go to the bar and have a celebratory drink. McLean 3 for 21, and all in all some pretty tasty bowling figures there, but there normally are if you bowl somebody out for 134. And the other thing that was disappointing